The hidden game you were never taught. Most people believe they understand money. They think money is earned by working hard, saving consistently, and climbing a stable career path. This belief is deeply ingrained through school, family, and society. But what if the rules you were taught were incomplete? What if the system was designed not to help you win, but to keep you participating? The truth is, there are two parallel financial games. The first game is visible. It is the one most people play: go to school, get a job, earn a salary, pay bills, repeat. The second game is invisible. It is played by a smaller group: build assets, create systems, multiply income sources, control cash flow. The first game consumes your time. The second game expands your leverage. And the most dangerous part is this: you can spend your entire life playing the first game without even realizing the second one exists. Time is not your greatest asset. Time is your most valuable resource. But in today's digital economy, attention is even more valuable. Why? Because attention can be scaled. Time cannot. You only have 24 hours a day. But a piece of content you create can reach thousands, even millions of people. This is why platforms like TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook are so powerful. They allow ordinary individuals to access extraordinary distribution. The real shift in thinking is this: you are no longer limited by how much you can work. You are limited by how much attention you can capture. Once you understand this, everything changes. You stop thinking like an employee. You stop thinking like a creator, a marketer, a builder. Skills are the new capital. In the past, capital meant money. Today, capital means skills. A person with no money but strong skills can generate income quickly. A person with money but no skills will eventually lose it. This is why the early stage of your journey should not be focused on income. It should be focused on skill acquisition. Skills like content creation, video editing, copywriting, sales, communication, these are high leverage skills. They can be applied across industries. They can be monetized immediately. And most importantly, they compound over time. The more you use them, the more valuable they become. Why most people fail even when they start? Starting is easy. Continuing is hard. Most people are not lacking opportunities. They are lacking consistency. They try something new, expect fast results, and when those results do not appear, they stop. This creates a cycle of constant restarting. And every time you restart, you lose momentum. The deeper issue is not lack of discipline. It is misunderstanding how progress works. Progress in skill-based income is not linear. It is delayed. You may work for weeks with no visible results. Then suddenly everything clicks, but most people quit right before that moment. Consistency is not about motivation. It is about staying long enough for the system to work. The psychology of money, fear, and desire. At the core of financial behavior are two powerful emotions: fear and desire. Fear pushes people to seek security. Desire pushes people to seek comfort. Together, they create a trap. People work because they fear not having money. Then they spend because they desire things. This creates a loop: work, earn, spend, repeat. This loop is not accidental. It is reinforced by culture, advertising, and social pressure. Breaking this loop requires awareness. You must recognize when your decisions are driven by fear and when they are driven by desire. Only then can you make intentional choices. Part 6. The shift from income to assets. Most people focus on income. The wealthy focus on assets. Income is temporary. Assets are permanent. Income requires effort. Assets generate effort-free returns. The transition from income to assets is the most important shift in your financial life, but it requires discipline. Because assets do not provide immediate gratification, they require patience. For example, buying a luxury item gives instant satisfaction. Buying an asset gives delayed reward. Most people choose the first. The wealthy consistently choose the second. Over time, this small difference creates massive divergence. Part 7. Leverage the force multiplier. Leverage is what allows small actions to produce large results. There are three main types of leverage in today's world. Labor leverage, using other people's time; capital leverage, using other people's money; media leverage, using content and technology. In the past, only the wealthy had access to leverage. Today, anyone with a smartphone has access to media leverage. You can create a video once and reach thousands. You can write a post once and influence many. This is a fundamental shift. It means your output is no longer tied to your effort alone. The question is, are you using leverage or are you still trading time? Part 8. Identity, the real barrier. Most people think their problem is lack of knowledge. In reality, it is identity. They still see themselves as someone who needs permission, someone who follows instructions, someone who avoids risk. Even if they learn new strategies, their behavior does not change. Because identity drives action. If you see yourself as an employee, you will act like one. If you see yourself as a builder, you will act differently. The transition from employee mindset to creator mindset is not technical. It is psychological. It is one of the hardest shifts to make. Part 9. The long game, where real wealth is built. We live in a world obsessed with speed, fast money, quick results, instant success. But real wealth is built slowly, not because it has to be, but because it compounds. Compounding requires time, and time rewards those who stay in the game. The biggest advantage you can have is not intelligence, it is endurance. If you can stay consistent while others quit, if you can keep learning while others stagnate, if you can delay gratification while others indulge, you will eventually separate yourself. Because in the end, wealth is not created in a moment. It is built through repeated correct decisions over time. And those who understand this stop chasing shortcuts. And that is when everything changes.